Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my dear grade 5 students, and welcome back to Al Manhaj School's Educational English channel. This is Mr. Ahmed Abd Hakim talking to you. Inshallah, today we're going to have Prax Final Test 3. In this test, we're going to have 5 questions, 5 different questions. These questions we're going to have different skills, including vocabulary and grammar. I want you to be all ears and please pay attention. Alright, let's start with the first question. Write each word under the correct picture. Actually, you're familiar with that question. You have a list of 5 words and 5 pictures, and you have to figure out which word goes with which picture. So you have to write the correct word under the correct picture. Alright, these are the 5 pictures. And let's read the list of words first. Lizard, lizard, tiger, tiger, penguin, penguin, clownfish, clownfish, and snake, snake. Alright? I give you 1 minute to figure out the answer and then I come back to you. Alright, my dear friends, coming back to you. I'm sure you got all the picture correctly and it's so easy for you. So let's start with the first picture, number 1. What can you see in the first picture? It's very easy. Good job. Clownfish. Clownfish. I guess this fish reminds you of Nemo, the famous cartoon, right? Alright, let's see number 2. What is it? You can find this in the desert or in the forest. It's one of the reptiles. Yes, so easy. It's lizard. Guys, take your time before you answer. This is one of the most, number 3, this is one of the most beautiful animals, wild animals. You can find it in the wild or in the forest. It's famous for its colorful orange and white and black fur, which is very expensive, and it's one of the animals that are endangered. Alright, what is it? Easy. Tiger. Tiger. Alright. Number 4, all of us know that animal, and it's one of the reptiles too. It has many kinds, and you can find it in the desert or forest. All right. It has colorful skin, and it has scales also on the skin. It's one of the reptiles. It's a snake. The last one is one of the animals that likes to live in the cold areas, and it has a funny way of walking. Yes, that's correct. It's penguin. Penguin. Alright, good job. So we have clownfish, number 2, lizard, tiger, snake, and penguin. Good job. Let's move to the second question. In this question, we're going to to have a question about a grammatical rule that we know well, which is the question tag. Question tag. And before we start, let me remind you of the question tag and why do we use it. First, the question tag comes at the end of the sentence. The question tag comes at the end of the sentence. Alright? So it's like the tail of the sentence. Alright? How do we form it? We usually form it if we have a verb to be like am, is, are, was, were, and modal verbs will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, has, have, and so on. We just switch them with the subject of the sentence. Switch them with the subject of the sentence. Like this sentence, tigers are endangered animals. How can we form the question tag? Alright, here we have the helping verb to be are, and the subject is tigers. So we have to switch them together. We switch tigers with are. But if the verb is in the affirmative form, like are is in the affirmative form, you have to add not. You have to use the negative form. All right, so instead of are, we're going to use aren't. And then you switch it with the with tiger, but you replace the subject, the noun tigers, with a pronoun, subject pronouns. The subject pronoun that can replace tiger is they. So the answer would be aren't they. We cannot say aren't tigers, right? So aren't they. You have aren't they, isn't it, are they? No, aren't they? Because the sentence here, um, the sentence is in the affirmative form, we have to use the negative form. This is how we form it. But why do we use the question tag? Let me remind you, we said that before. We use the question tag to emphasize what you're saying, to emphasize this sentence, all right? So tigers are endangered animals, aren't they? Mean that's true, all right? I assure that, all right? I assure that piece of information. Or sometimes we use the question tag if you want the listener to agree on your opinion, or if you're asking somebody's opinion, all right? Like when you say, um, "It's a very beautiful car. It's a very beautiful car, isn't it? Isn't it?" So I'm asking your opinion, all right? Good job. Number two, you went to nature reserve yesterday. All right. In this sentence, we don't have a helping verb like verb to be, am, is, are, was, were, has, have, and so on. So in this case, we look at the verb. Like here, the verb is went. If it's in the past tense, in the past simple tense like that, we use did. All right? We use did, but we add not because the sentence is in the affirmative form or the verb is in the affirmative form, so we have to use the negative form. All right, and vice versa. If it's in the negative form, we have to make it affirmative form. All right. So here went is the past, so we have to use didn't. So we switch didn't with the subject, which is you. So the answer would be you choose. Didn't you? Do you? Did you? Surely it would be didn't you. Good job. All right. Let's move to number three, guys. Very easy. Rhinos don't eat meat. Rhinos don't eat meat. What is the answer here? Here the sentence, the verb is in the negative form, it's present simple tense don't, so we have to omit not or erase not and only use do. Right? We said if it's in the negative form, we use the affirmative form of the verb. So you omit or erase not, you will have do. Switch it with the subject, which is rhinos, but you cannot use noun in the question tag, so we have to substitute it with the subject pronouns. Rhinos is plural, so we have to use they, the subject pronoun they. So the answer would be, all right, are they, do they, don't they? Very good. Do they? Do they? Because the sentence is in the negative form, so we have to use the question tag in the affirmative form. And we have to use question mark at the end. All right? Do they? Good job. I'm sure, guys, you're following up with me. Number four, this cheetah is beautiful. This cheetah is beautiful. All right, here you have verb to be, so you have to use, it's in the affirmative form, as we said, you have to use the negative form, it will be isn't. And then switch it with the subject with, which is this cheetah, not this only, this cheetah. So we cannot use cheetah in the question tag because it's a noun. So we have to replace it with a subject pronouns, which is it, because we're talking about an animal here. So the answer would be in the negative form. Aren't they? Isn't it? Is it? Surely it would be isn't it? It here means cheetah. All right. The last sentence here. He isn't at the zoo today. He isn't at the zoo today. Here you have the verb to be in the negative form. You have to omit not or erase not and only use the verb in the affirmative form. So it would be, huh, wasn't he? Isn't he? Is he? Excellent, guys. Is he is the correct form of the question tag. All right. All right. Let's move to the third question here, which is so easy for you. All right. Here you go. Use the nouns in column A to complete here, complete. All right, to complete, I'm going to correct that for you. Complete the sentence column B. You have two column, the left column which is nouns, and the meaning of these nouns. So let's read the nouns from 1 to 5. Close, close. What are close? You have to match it with the definition, the correct definition. Fair, number 2. Number 3, wings. Number 4, fins. All right, and number 5, pose. 6, beak. All right, guys, take 1 minute and then come back to you. All right, my friends, coming back to you. Let's see the first one. Close. What are close? What are close? No, we start with the right side, A. All right, here we start with A. Let's read A. A bird's mouth is called its. Yes. Let's read the sentence and then put or write the correct noun. A bird's mouth is called its. Yeah, a bird's mouth is called its. B. Good job. Number B. In order to fly, a bird moves its. In order to fly, a bird moves its. How can birds fly? They use what? Excellent. Wings. Good job. Number C. The thick coat of hair on on an animal is called its. All mammals, the body of mammals is covered like cats, dogs, bears, tigers, lions, and so on, or tigers. Yes, it's covered with. Good job. Fair, fair. All right. Number D. An animal's foot is called a. Excellent. Pose. An animal's foot is called a pose or bows. Good job. Bows. Number E, or letter E. Some animals have sharp nails, which are called the nails of animals. Like at the end of your fingers, you have fingers. You have nails. All right. Also, animals have long curved nails, especially wild animals. So some animals have sharp nails to help them hunt their prey. So they're called claws. Good job. The last one here. A fish are able to balance and move in water with their. How can fish move and swim in water and keep balance? Good job. They use fins. So birds have wings, but fish has fins. Good job. All right, guys. Easy. Say, let's move to the fourth question here today. Choose the correct answer. Here also, it's a grammatical one. All right. This is a question with how. After how, you have to use an adjective, the base adjective. What I mean by the base adjective is you have to use the original adjective without adding est or er to the adjective. All right? So we can say how fast, how tall. We cannot say how fastest or how faster. No, you have to use the base adjective. So how fast, how tall, how long, how easy, and so on. Here the base adjective, good job, is heavy. So how heavy the seal? How heavy the seal? Number 2. Is the seal heavy, heavier, heaviest than the penguin? Here we talked before about comparison and comparison of adjective. In comparison of adjective, you compare between two things, two people, two animals, and so on. Here we have two, like two scales, the seal and the penguin. So you have two ends, the seal and penguin. You comparing between them in the weight. All right. So if the seal, if the adjective is one syllabic adjective or short adjective, like heavy, heavy, we just add er. But this adjective ends in y. If the adjective has y at the end, you just change the y into I and then you add er in case of comparison. So if the seal, heavier. And there is a keyword that can help you find the correct answer to know that this is a comparison. You'll find than, for example, like that. All right, if you want to use it. So you can say, is the seal heavier than the penguin? Is the seal heavier than the penguin? Or you can ask a question like that, which is heavier? Which is heavier, the seal or the penguin? So you can use than, or you can make a question without than. All right. So let's move to number 3. Which is the heavy, heavier, heaviest? Here we're not comparing between two animals or two things. Here we're doing superlative. All right, superlative. Superlative means you're comparing one thing or one animal or one person to all the others of the same type or the same kind. Alright, so which is the, here we add est to the adjective, but in case the adjective has y at the end, we change the y into I and then we add est. Alright, so we have two rules. If we compare, if we do comparison between two things or two people or two animals, for example, we use er and then than if we want, and don't forget to change the y into I if the adjective has y. If you're doing superlative, you're comparing between you're comparing more than two. Like here, we compare, we want to know which animal has more weight. So we say which is the heaviest. All right, which is the heaviest animal? Who is the tallest person in the world? What is the longest river, and so on. We said after how we use the base adjective. So here easy, how fast is the sheet, how fast. The last one, is the cheetah faster, fastest than. Here you have the keyword that can help you find the correct answer. Than, we have than, that means we're doing comparison between the cheetah and the tiger, and we have to use er. We have to add er to the adjective. So is the cheetah faster? Guys, so easy, right? All right, let's move to the last question in our test today, which is so easy for you because you're smart guys. Unscramble and write the animal body parts. Unscramble and write the animal body parts. Here you have five words, but the letters of the words are mixed up. You have to rearrange or unscramble or put the letters of the word in the correct order to make a meaningful word which is going to be a part of the animal's body. Alright? Alright. I give you 1 minute and then come back to you until you figure them out. Alright, my dear friends, coming back to you. Let's figure out the correct answer. What do you think the first word would be? It's a body part. Let me help you. We had it before in the previous one. Alright. Think well and put the letters together. Rearrange the letter to make the correct one. The first letter, let me make it easy for you. The first letter would be C. The first letter would be C. Alright, easy. And the second letter is L. You know it now, right? Alright, I make it easier. It's the nail of an animal, the animal's nail. Excellent. So close. Good job. Alright, this thing covers all the bird's bodies. This thing covers the bird's body. Alright, easy. Feathers. The cat has this thing at the end of its body, at the back of its body. The dog has this thing, and most animals has, good job, most animals have tail. Alright, this is like a mustache for animals. It's like a hair too on top of the mouth of the animal. Yes, good job. Whiskers. Alright, the fish had that on the body, and reptiles also has that on the body. Yes, they are scales. So we have claws, feathers, tail, whiskers, scales, and all of them are parts of animal's body or animal body parts. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed our video today, and I hope we made things easier for you. Now you did good practice. Alright, and things are clear and easy for you. Thanks for watching me today. This was Mr. Ahmed Abdelhakim talking to you. Till we meet again, stay safe. Thank you and goodbye.